Good afternoon and welcome to 420 Central TV. It's fantastic to have you back. Welcome to 2025. There's a hell of a lot at stake for all of us in the cannabis industry looking forward, and we just wanted to chat a little bit about that. So what's important for me is you're going to watch a reel. We've got some parts that are relating back to previous episodes that we've had, because I think it's important to try and get that together and give you a perspective of time and who's spoken and what's been said. Yet we sit in a position, so many of us with big investments in this industry, whether it's time, money, blood, sweat and tears, and we still don't have ourselves a plan. Enjoy the show.
We are making sustainable use of the rich abundance of the South African earth by supporting our farmers, improving our logistics network and rural supply chains, and opening new export markets for products that we grow or produce. We can significantly expand our agricultural sector. We want South Africa to be leading in the commercial production of products such as hemp and cannabis, a product that is so well known in the Eastern Cape and KZN, a product that our forebears have produced for generations and generations. We can add modern value to it and bring it to the shelves of the entire world.
The effect of the judgment of this court is to decriminalize A, the use or possession of cannabis by an adult in private for that adult person's consumption in private. In the case of cultivation of cannabis, the effect of this judgment is to decriminalize the cultivation of cannabis by an adult in a private place for that adult's personal consumption in private.
We in Gauteng will focus on the industrialization and agro-processing of the cannabis industry, and unlocking the cannabis industry, especially for use for medicinal purposes and many other areas such as healthcare, including skin care. I don't want to be part of those who want to use it for other things.
Now, this natural product, which our people have been farming with and harvesting for a number of purposes, is now going to be industrialized and no longer just being resorted to the smoke process. Last year we committed to unlocking investment in the hemp and cannabis sector. We are moving to create the enabling conditions for this sector to grow. Now, this is an organic sector that our mothers and fathers, grandparents have been involved in many parts of the country. The Department of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development, and the Department of Health will address existing conditions for the cultivation of hemp and cannabis to allow outdoor cultivation and collection of harvests from traditional farmers. Now, this will unlock enormous economic energy in the rural areas of our country, especially in the Eastern Cape, in KwaZulu-Natal and in Mpumalanga, where they've been growing this stuff over many, many years. And this stuff that has supported many children to go to school and university. And you know what stuff I'm talking about.
Welcome back. Thank you very much for watching with us. It's great to be back. It's great to have you all along with us. And I want to just say a few things about that clip. You know, we've had the president speak 3 times, if I'm not mistaken, at Sonas and make such a song and dance about cannabis, hemp, job opportunity, product on shelves internationally, never mind ours. But this massive, big opportunity that we're busy playing up to for the past coming on 6 years. But we've got nothing. And I look at certain things like his lack of in-depth sort of interest in it. It's all sort of talk at the front end, because if it was, we'd have had a better plan by now. So little things like him in the first one commenting on how Mpumalanga, KZN, Eastern Cape are on the game. And this is a good 3 years back. Now suddenly we listen last night, and if it's just a slip of the pen or what it is, but Mpumalanga is not involved anymore either. And I refer back just now to David Makura and him standing up and talking about Johannesburg, Gauteng being the hub of the cannabis industry into the future, and how we'll industrialize and we'll get behind this monstrous opportunity that the president repeats and repeats. But since he's gone, I don't know who, what or where there's been another statement made, whether it's a local communication of where the budgets are going, but nothing's being said about Gauteng. So I think well done to those people that are making it happen in KZN and that have got the local support of government, and very well done to those in the Eastern Cape that are certainly setting the place ablaze in terms of there's government involvement, there's developmental opportunities, there's consideration of previous yesteryear growers. So there's a lot going on there in a bubble on that side of town. We are going to end up in Gauteng being the bottleneck of the cannabis industry unless somebody in Gauteng stands up and says, here's the plan, and where are the people that want to be involved in this plan, because it's still feeling very, very discriminatory to me, and that there's not consideration for the broader audience that wants to be involved in cannabis, that are involved in cannabis. So there's a lot of work to be done, and if you're in this industry in any way, you need to be raising your voice, you need to be participating in whatever conversations are being had. Make sure you're inviting the right people to the table, that it doesn't end off scuttling into a corner and certain people trying to capitalize on it, because we don't need that. That's not inclusive either. SAPRA, DALRAD, and any one of the other organizations that are supposedly got a vested interest, a stake, a right to geez, get that stuff together. Let us understand what the order of the day is. Where should we be putting our attention? Who are the people that should be telling us how this thing's going to pan out? Where's the preparation for this? Why is there no communication happening? Why aren't there registered dates that you can come and chat to one of the local ministers about where cannabis is going in any of the provinces? Where's the road show to say, hang in there, we've got a plan, and going to listen to each of the provinces to hear what it is they've got to offer? It ain't happened as far as I understand. There's a few meetings here and then. There's a lot of people doing good work from different organizations in the cannabis industry, and I could mention a few, but let's just leave it there. Keep on carrying a torch and help us to get to the next phase. If you're in one of these organizations, DALRAD, SAPRA, and I know there's a whole host more, start reaching out to people within the industry. Start making a platform that's not exclusive. Make it inclusive. It might be a bit difficult to manage in the beginning, but involve everybody and create a platform for people to be starting to speak cannabis in this country. That's all from me. You have yourself a fantastic weekend. Make sure you got enough doob to see you through. Get to see some family. Lots of big love to all of you. Ciao for now. A message I want to send back to the persons within government that are busy apparently paving the way for this industry to take off. here's one very important thing. That confusion that is still in space between our boys in blue, the South African police services, and the persons that have vested interest in the cannabis industry, and the president's word on where we're going. There's a disconnect. And what for me is vitally important is to get this message across. This is not the time to go and want to over-police an industry that's been waiting for the government and or the powers that be to provide us with the rules. This is the time to speed up what it is you're supposed to be doing. The number of people that have got a proper investment in this industry is unbelievable. Don't slow that train down, or you're going to create yourself a really uncomfortable space. People have been patient. So the request is, hurry up and bring us some order in terms of what you'd like for us to operate according to in terms of a set of rules. So it's important for me going forward that there's an understanding that you're behind. You're not supporting those that have made massive investment in the industry, and that's your role, is to support industry, support the people that are helping this economy step forward, and they're ahead of the game in terms of putting their money where their mouths are. It's time for you to support the industry, not send the police out, send scare messages that SAPRA is coming after you, any of that stuff. Let that be nonsense. Let us be in a position where you're supporting the investment being made, and bring us a set of rules so that we can pay our taxes and help move forward a $1 billion industry.